Does anybody else think it sounds like orc mischief to me? Well, we've got some orc mischief today. I've got a casted series for you. This is a series I played in the Dunedain League games versus Forg in blue on Gondor in the top right corner here, and I am in everybody's favorite pink Mordor in the bottom left. We're going to see if we can get up to some orc mischief here. Now, Forg is on Gondor, which is easily my hated faction. I hate Gondor. It feels like you can never hurt them. They've always got money. Their units are too hard to kill. They're too cheap. I hate them. Nerf Gondor, please. Definitely my lowest win rate against any faction is these damn Gondorians, who opened 2 farms into a barracks and then his 3rd farm after that. Meanwhile, I am going for ye old 4 slave pens because I like my money and I am greedy. If you are a future competitor of me, please turn this off and remove that from your mind. Don't punish my greed. Pretty please. But we're going to see what we could do. Mordor is probably my winningest faction. I think I'm undefeated for the season on Mordor. Even against all the players that beat me pretty hard, I still beat them with my Mordor in the matches that we've had. So we'll see what we could do. We have opened 4 farms into a orcish stronghold into a troll cage. And I'm going to give you the whole series today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do all 3 matches that we played. So buckle up. We got a good one. Hang on for the ride. We're going to have a great time. Second orcish stronghold coming up. First orcs coming out. There are some Lamadon clansmen on the field, of course, because he had that very fast barracks. So they are on their way over. Going to cause a ruckus. First mountain troll. Yes, first mountain troll is cooking. It's one way to deal with clansmen. Orcs won't do a good job of it. We might chase them, or we might keep going. We'll see. But a troll will deal with some clansmen. Easy peasy. More clansmen coming. They're actually going to intercept my first orcs here. So those guys are probably going to have a bad time. First round of clansmen come up. I drop our Ungol trackers. That's a debuff on them. Minus damage, minus armor. Slow down how quickly they kill this. See if we can jump on them. Troll comes out. He's going to get things done. Our orcs here are just sort of running around. I know that we're in big trouble being chased by clansmen already. So they're just going to see what they can find. Maybe get a couple of cheap kicks in on the granary. Meanwhile, his clansmen did clean up that slave farm and start booking it. The troll got distracted. He went to grab a tree and fell a bit behind, so we're just chasing there, I guess. In the middle, more Lamadon clansmen coming in, more orcs going out, but there's also some Pinnith Gelen riders on the field. Got a fast stables in the back of the Gondor lands. In comes some clansmen to the base. We are still chasing his clansmen back. We're going to sort of sync up with all of our forces up here and see if we could do some economic damage, maybe catch those guys. Meanwhile, down south, the riders catch me a little bit off guard. They're faster than I expected, and I haven't got any pikes in the field, so they will feast on some orcs here. We do clean up a farm up north. He's got some pikes on the field. But a troll with a tree is difficult to deal with. Oh, he's going to take these clansmen to Pound Town. See, even with spears, though, it's hard to sort of get him on the troll, especially when he's got orcs all around him. That's why trolls are so good. Meanwhile, we got more orcs down and behind, chopping stuff up. But in my base, he takes out a slave pen and is still trampling stuff down. Pike's starting to come out, so we ought to clean that up eventually. Our troll delves too greedily and too deep, and he gets caught out by pike, so we're going to send the rest of the orcs around, see if we can pick up any farms. We pick up another farm, a granary in the back here. These guys get distracted. And we are chasing away the Pinnith Gelen, but we still got some clansmen in our base that are chopping up slave pens. So fairly even trades on both sides, actually, I'd say. I just hit 3 ring points. He is sitting at +4 because he hasn't spent his first one yet, so he's slightly ahead in ring points even. He cleans up another slave pen in our base. He's got some Pinnith Gelen that we're gonna stop chasing with our pikes and start chasing with our warriors. And the last of the orcs get cleaned up in the Gondor base. But new squad of pikes and warriors and a troll come in, clean up another granary, looking pretty good. 450 command points right now for Gondor, 450 for Mordor. And I suddenly remember I'm supposed to be expanding, so we start headed out and building more slave pens. We got a force over here, but we're also, he has an archer range up, so some Blackroot Vale archers are coming up to try and deal with these trolls. A lot of archers, a lot of spearmen, because he knows the trolls are a big problem. We do clean up yet another granary here, so that's pretty solid. However, up north, there's a whole lot of Pinnathgellen giving me trouble, and I've got a builder up here who really doesn't want to be there. More orcs getting into the base, really just sort of trading farms back and forth. Our builder's running, but he's getting chased. I don't think he's long for this world. Nope, Pinnathgellen are on him. Builder kill for Gondor. All right, 600 command points for Mordor, only 500 for Gondor, and looks like we're about to get another granary here. Yep, those orcs are all going to be murdered, but they did their job. However, meanwhile, we do have 2 slave pens in the north going down. Pikes are on the field, headed out to deal with the Pinnathgellen. Another squad of orcs running into the base, gonna see if they could find any more farms. I'm using farms interchangeably as resource structures. Obviously, they're granaries and mine are slave pens, but they're all farms, all right? They're farms. We do chase off the Pinnathgellen. We've got just orcs being made all over. We're on 3 orcish strongholds and a troll cage. 1 troll cage for Mordor. Troll cage up to level 2, so we could start pulling out some drummer trolls if we need to. We do get on another granary over here, so that's good, but we're about to meet the Pinnathgellen, and I don't think we've got any pikes left in this forest, so goodbye orcs. Goodbye orcs. What do we got? 2 barracks, 1 archery range, 1 stables, all level 1 right now for Gondor. Things are slowing down a little bit. Some raiders coming in, but they're about to get caught by a big force of Gondorians and chopped up. We're going to see if we could do a bit of damage to this other farm up here. Down south, we're just sort of scouting around to make sure he doesn't have any cheeky farms hiding somewhere. And I think he did pick up repair. Yeah, restoration. And he's grabbed Númenórean engineering. Pinnathgellen coming in, looking for trouble. Are they going to get another builder? God damn it. I got to get those builders home. I need to be better on my builder safety. Oh, that builder's running. And the Pinnathgellen get lost? Maybe? Maybe not. They're coming for him. No. Be free. No. Dead builder. All right. Happens to the best of us. We're going to creep his warglare just outside his base. We're here with pikes. Might as well get that done. We've got a couple of orcs hanging out here, enjoying the waterfall scenery. Having a little sparring bout, hiding from the Gondorian forces. And more Gondor starting to push out. Pinnathgellen level 3. We've got a troll there. Another raiding force of Mordor headed to the east. It's going to run into a Gondor force. Gondor's coming to mug me. He dropped some arrows right on top of us as well. He's got to have some... was that Faramir maybe who dropped that? We're chasing in down bottom. We're battling in the middle. Troll, don't run into the spears. We got a troll here. We got a Nazgul on the field as well. Only 9 command points for me. Meanwhile, he's picked up his Númenórean engineering and has 7 more. Oof. It's a huge command point lead for Gondor right now. He's been munching up trolls and orcs and getting tons of CP to work with. Our Nazgul got a little bit of trampling done. And he's looking, and he finds the cookie jar over here, a Gondorian force that has no spears in it. So we're getting some decent trampling, but he does have a bunch of archers here who are eventually going to wear down the Nazgul, and so he gets some decent trampling in, but he's got to go home. If he had a buddy Nazgul, they would have been absolutely rickety-wrecked over there. Battle towers starting to go up for Gondor. In the middle at least. We're going to see if we can pull it down with some pikes, but we're about to get chopped up there. He's on 10 command points. I've picked up my 10-point power, which is he is gathering, and only have 2. So he's about 8 command points ahead of me. Whew. I did not realize it was quite that bad, but it certainly is. Trolls and orcs headed out. We've got a Nazgul with them. Nazgul's level 1. I thought there was a Faramir on the field somewhere. Oh, there he is, level 2. I am so bad at finding heroes. There's a defensive Numenorian engineering drop. I feel like that is definitely a mistake. I think he would have won this fight no matter what. We got a Nazgul running around trampling people. We got some trolls smashing stuff, some orcs, but like that was not an existential threat. He definitely should have saved his engineering, his trebuchet for my base, but he does manage to chase off the Nazgul. Nazgul level 2, falling back. Big horde of orcs with a drummer troll back up at the base. 650 command points for Mordor, 825 for Gondor. He's expanded down sort of a southerly route, and a lot of the stuff in his base has started to level up to level 3. Gondor looking very solid economically. Second Nazgul on the field, though. Caught some Lamadon clansmen a little far from their spears, and rode them down. We're doing some creeping here, and some orcs up north are pushing in for an attack. Down south, the Nazgul are tasked on riding down to Penethgelen, though they do clear up another Mordor farm there, putting me down to 650 command points. In comes the Gondor Infantry Brigade. We do got a troll here who immediately dies. Troll drummer. That's a shame. That's a shame. I think I was probably looking up top, or maybe microing some Nazgul. The orcs up top run into a big force of Gondor. Gondor is everywhere. 460 command points on the field for Mordor. Meanwhile, 726 for Gondor. It's a big Gondorian army. The Nazgul come in behind and they dismount so they could do a little choppy here, because their pikes were coming to meet them up front. So we're making orcs and trolls out of the base. Nazgul screech. We got to do something about these archers. They're giving me a lot of grief. And Faramir here too. I didn't even really notice Faramir. I have such a hard time identifying heroes on the ground. Nazgul are booking it, and they're gonna make it away. The Nazgul survive. He sort of falls back to sort of consolidate his forces, but he still has a big army here. I ended up dropping our Harondor raiders in the back. They cleaned up 2 or 3 farms, which is pretty decent value for them, so I don't mind that at all. Sure, they could have gotten some work done at the base, but I don't know, I sort of assumed we'd be able to handle this somehow, somewhere, though that might have been a faulty assumption. Dol Amroth Citadel picked up, as well as skilled healers. And the orcs trickling out are having a real hard time dealing with this force. The Nazgul have healed up a bit, and they've mounted, so they are back in. A nice Nazgul screech right on the blob. We get some good trampling in on the archers. Trolls are coming out. Another good archer trample from the Nazgul, although this guy's real low. Okay, the Nazgul being cautious, and it looks like we've maybe broken the morale of the force. So I split off my hurt Nazgul to go chill, and my healthy Nazgul comes in to try to see what else he could find. But another wave of Gondorian forces are coming out. Decent trampling. I'm pleased with my Nazgul play so far. It's going all right, but in general, Gondor is way ahead. 875 command points for them versus 650 for Mordor. I'm sitting on 16 command points. He is already paid for his 15, and then bought a 5, so he's still 10 or 11 command points ahead of me. Force of trolls and orcs grouping up. Orcs or trolls are grabbing some trees. The trees are so good in the hands of the trolls. Give them that wide AoE splash. More trolls. Trolls and orcs, that's the name of the game. Now, I can definitely see Gondor. They have a well up here in the middle, so they're healing up their force. They're somewhat experienced as well. I didn't... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 squads here that are level 2s and level 3s. First Swan Knights of Dol Amroth on the field. Not... Everything's still level 1, except he's got, of course, his Dol Amroth Citadel. Back in the base, some Penethgelen come, but look what we have here. We've invested in Fell Beasts for our Nazgul, and that's going to make the Penethgelen have a real bad time. Real bad. Alright. assault force of trolls and orcs headed in from the south, and also down the middle, looking for trouble wherever we might be able to find it. But there is a Gandalf the White on the field here. Speaking of trouble, trolls get on a granary up here, chop it up. Nazgul Fellbeast number 2 on the field, and Shelob gets dropped. And I think I've got my Fellbeasts right on Gandalf. Shelob gets an incredible stun. Look at that. Oh, like the entire Gondorian army here. Numenorian Engineering gets dropped defensively again. Faramir here doing well. I'm pretty sure we're trying to chase down Gandalf, but he's somewhere in this scrum and I lose track of him. And just the battle tower and the force of archers are enough to chase me back. Did I get the Gandalf killed? I don't see him. Maybe I got him. If I got him, that's awesome. The intention was to drop Shelob, stick him with the Fell Stinger, and then run him down with the Fell Beast, and I think maybe we accomplished that. However, we do get cleaned up by the larger Gondor force. Fell Beasts head south, level 6 and level 4, just looking for some unprotected granaries to pick up. 675 command points for Mordor, 700 now. 675 for Gondor. So we have managed to equalize the supply, at least. No, there's Gandalf. He lived somehow. He's out with just a fraction of his hit points, but now he's healing up around the well. More Swan Knights out and about. And there's just a big Gondorian force. 720 of 725. Meanwhile, I am 400 of 700 for Mordor. But the Fell Beasts are a heavy investment, and they'll be difficult to deal with. They find themselves some Swan Knights coming out to cause trouble. Bad news, Swan Knights. It's not a good matchup. Fell Beasts quite good against cavalry. It'll take them a little while, but they will absolutely make those very expensive Swan Knights pay. There are Blackroot Vale archers with fire arrows, so he puts some decent arrows in. He manages to chase back the Fell Beasts. I make a Mouth of Sauron and immediately charge him into some pikes, like you do. And we're troll battling. Trolls are chopping, trolls are drumming, we're doing what we can. There's Gandalf in the back again, trying to pick on him with the Fell Beasts, but his targeting's pretty decent. He's getting his archers on him. And we pull in some Horondor Raiders, or Haradrim Raiders. Are they called Haradrim Raiders? Haradrim, Horondor, is that the same thing? I don't know. They're the Haradrim Raiders. And now I think we finally got Gandalf. Still level 1, so we've managed not to feed him XP, that's nice. Gandalf is down, however, I can see a level 5 Boromir, level 3 Faramir, and now Ithilien Rangers are starting to come out. And indeed, the Rangers managed to pull down one of the Fell Beasts as it was retreating, so Fell Beast for Gandalf's not a great trade. And we can already see some trouble. I don't have heroes in my Mordor army stack. I've got Fell Beasts running around causing trouble, but he's got just sort of great value heroes in his stack. Faramir and Boromir here, right in the scrum of all of his units, looking real good. I am sitting on 26 power points. Boom, we buy an Eye of Sauron. That'll be a little ace in the hole for us here. Our Fell Beasts chasing down the Swan Knights anytime they try and get a little cheeky. 825 command points for Mordor, 925 for Gondor, but Gondor's got a bigger, tougher, much tougher standing army. They're thinking about pushing in the middle. I gotta be careful with my level 7 Nazgul. Don't get shot by the Rangers. Run, Nazgul! Run! Ooh. Eats a couple volleys. Ooh, eats many volleys. Nearly dies. Dang, those Rangers are good. So tough. Hate those Ithilien Rangers. Up top, we do send a lone troll with his favorite tree. See if we can clean up this battle tower. Battle tower is starting to come up around the Gondorian base. One in the middle, one on the top at least, just to try to sort of shield stuff from the Fell Beast harass. Big force of orcs. We got fire arrows on our archers now. Drummer troll, a trio of regular old trolls. We're expanding our slave pens up north. Nazgul comes back on the field, and we're going to put him right back on a Fell Beast as soon as we can. Though arguably we could be spending that money a little better. The fell beasts maybe have outlived their usefulness with so many rangers on the field. He comes up because he thinks this is a raiding force, but lo and behold, it's a real force. He's got a nice clump here. Oh, the Eye of Sauron. I see you. And we cook that Gondorian army under the burning gaze of Sauron. And we got an opportunity. Whoop. He gets I think that's mostly a knockback, not a ton of damage. Drops a Dol Amroth Citadel right underneath the army. Sauron's eyeballs looking around causing trouble. We got more orcs coming in the middle. We gotta capitalize on this. Only 170 command points of Gondor on the field. Meanwhile, we've got 880 of Mordor. Gotta get... Davok, go fight stuff. Don't just stand around. I think I'm trying to micro things. We're smashing stuff down south. We're pushing in the middle. I've got guys on this Dol Amroth Citadel. I probably shouldn't, because he's got another one right in the back. I probably should just be on farms. We are on farms up here. We eat an arrow volley on top of some of our archers. He's got a ton of rangers remade in the middle. 3 or 4 squads here, so he's starting to push us back off the middle. We are cleaning up some granaries over here. We got a lost Nazgul down south, and we're floating a bunch of gold. Up to 3,000. And Gondor manages to remake his army. We clean up another granary here, but he's rebuilding. We clean up one down south as well. But credit to Gondor, they held very well there, despite getting their whole army rickety roasted by the Eye of Sauron. And I should run away here if I knew what was good for me, because now I'm just trickling in. Okay, yeah, run away! Oh, and the troll goes down almost immediately to this huge Ithilien ranger blob. So savage. I do have one Nazgul left. I think one of them dropped there as well. So we're back to a single Nazgul on the field. Gandalf is back up, unfortunately. Still level 1. Boromir in there at level 6, though. We don't love that. We don't love that, Boromir. And we're rebuilding. So I already know my problem here is that I'm not really teching up to better units. I've got an Easterling garrison in the field, but I didn't opt to upgrade any of my Orca strongholds. I've got a second troll cage to add extra trolls, but I feel like I need a stiffer front line here. The trolls are getting focused down. Uh-oh, the return of the king. King Elisar is here, and he's going to start cleaving through these orcish archers. Shelob's going to see if she can dissuade him here. I've got my fell beast on Elisar. We're chasing him with Shelob. Can she get him with a stinger? She does tag him. He's down to about a third. Nope, he catches a heal from the hand of the king. And, oh, the rangers come in and manage to clean up the Nazgul. Shelob also gets killed by the ranger blob. The trolls all go down. Ooh. We pick up, what is it? Call the Horde, because I need more men. So we start cranking out the orcs. Call the Horde's incredible. Plus, it doesn't give you a percentage, but basically it makes recruitment instant for orcs, like as fast as they can walk out of the barracks. So boom, straight back up to 800 command points. Ooh, the Army of the Dead comes out. Just like Pelennor Fields, just greenish blue ghosts run over about 1 billion orcs and kill them instantly. How does that even work? Looks like we do manage to eyeball. We do manage to see the arrow volley coming in. We tried running out of it. We've got the Mouth of Sauron back on the field and a barricade up to give 25% extra armor to our orc forces here. However, Elisar somehow has returned and is back to full health despite us almost getting him down there. Up top we got Spearmen and Swordsmen of Minas Tirith. The teched up barracks coming into play. Can't click on that one. Level 3 archery range, spitting out rangers. At least a level 2 barracks over there. Still a level 1 cav. Pushing up north with the orcs. Mordor didn't hear no bell. 1,000 command points for Mordor right now. 725 for Gondor. So we've got them stuffed back a bit. The trouble is the quality of our troops are so asymmetrical at this point. Mouth of Sauron doing a little bit of trampling here. But I don't have an answer for this horde of rangers. Ooh, and they're gonna pretty much immediately kill. Mouth of Sauron escapes with like 1% or less of his health. There is horrible things happening to the orcs on the front lines. Gandalf popping them with the old chief of the Istari here. Close range attack that blasts back enemies. It does a million things. Also buffs everybody. Also gives a shield bubble. Gandalf is crazy, and he is up to level 5 already. We're trying to keep the pressure on, pushing in down south with the orcs and the trolls, but we're gonna need more than orcs and trolls, and I don't have anything in my pocket. Both of the Nazgul being dead was pretty devastating. The Mouth of Sauron got home and survived, so he's healing up back at base. But losing my Nazgul to the Rangers. But even if I had them back on the field, they couldn't come anywhere near 5 or 6 squads of leveled up Rangers. And indeed, the the strong Ithilien force is moving in from the north here. We're pushing in down south, where we managed to chop up a builder and a farm here. We're going to get this farm, we're going to get this farm. So we're putting pressure on their economy, but I've got a dagger right at my throat of a tough Gondorian army here. We drop a horn on our guys. We're about to get hit by some arrow volleys. Ooh, it hurts to see. And Elisar is just, needless to say, an absolute raid boss, just cleaving through Mordor. I'm trying to get some mountain trolls with stones to at least chuck some rocks at the Ithilien Rangers. I've got a Nazgul on the field here. Unfortunately, he gets eyeballed immediately by the Rangers, gets basically nothing done, and just gets dumpstered downtown from this Ranger horde. Oh, it's horrible. Meanwhile, in the base, Gandalf at least had to go back home to try to clean stuff up. We do pick up at least 3 or 4 farms there, so that was a good raid, but I don't have anything. I don't have any way to deal with this horrible Gondorian force in my base at this point in time. Let's call some evil to ourselves. Maybe the Haradrim Raiders can do something. We get a nice trample on those raiders. Numenorian engineering comes down though. Opens up on the... They clean up one troll cage. They're opening up on an orcish stronghold as well, so starting to go after my production. And there's just so many stacking buffs from this hero hammer force of Gondor. We do get Elisar down to 25% or so. Nope, he's healed back up. Of course he is. The Mouth of Sauron is healed up, but doesn't want any of this smoke, so he is just going to continue hiding. The Dol Amroth Citadel gets dropped right in the middle of the Mordor base. It's bad manners. Very rude. We could really use another Eye of Sauron, but it looks like it's maybe still like a minute away. Could really use some more terrors of Cirith Ungol. Best we can do is call the Horde to make a whole crapload of orcs to die. Swan Knights coming out again. Another big reinforcing force of the soldiers of Minas Tirith. Still 1,000 command points of orcs. A potential of orcs for Mordor. Only 900 command points for Gondor, but the mismatch here between heroes. Oh, the armies of the dead come out once again. The Swan Knights are in here reaping a toll. Gandalf is level 8, so it's only a matter of time before You Shall Not Pass comes online, and it's basically game over. Yes, we definitely needed a better transition from our early game orc control. Pressure was pretty good. We never really got to deal well with the Ithilien Rangers. We call in the Nazguls, the Wraiths on Wings, and they get basically immediately popped by the Ranger Blob. And that's game over. GG to Forg takes game number 1 off the back of Gondor v Mordor. Let me go dark for 1 second once I pick the next games, just so we don't spoil it with our naming convention. Game number 2. Let's find it. Where did I put it? Yeah. Lothlorien versus Rivendell. A battle of the elves. Or the elves and the hobbits. The elves and the men of the west. The Dunedain. Let's see what we could do about it. Let's see what we could do. Game number 2 up. I am on Lothlorien in the pink northeast corner of the map. Bottom left, we have a dark blue Rivendell. Let's see if we have any better luck with our woodland elves. I guess they're all woodland elves. They're not the proper woodland realms, but it is a woodland. It's just a different one. It's the Lothlorien woodland rather than the wine-drenched woodland. Look at these beautiful trees, though. I always love the Lothlorien bases. They're so pretty. Where would you choose to live in Middle-earth, and why is it Lothlorien? We're going 3 farm trees straight into... what's it going to be? Yes, the green pasture. Green pasture is a great opening versus a 4-farm start on Rivendell. Green pasture is great against Rivendell. Rivendell really relies a lot on their Hobbit Bounder harassment in the early game. Bounders are still, even though they got nerfed a while back now, but they got their damage reduced a little bit. They're just so effective at tearing down enemy buildings harassment. They're very cheap. They do good damage. He opens with a Dunedain gathering and then into a Breland encampment. That's interesting to me, but it's fine, I think. I don't know what he's expecting from me, but... is he gonna... yep, he's straight into the Outriders. He wants some Outriders. Well, fair enough. I am straight into the Nath Nalethril, the Riders of the Nath. And I'm pretty sure that is a fight that the Dunedain Outriders win. Outriders quite tough. They're 550. Riders of the Nath are 450. Riders of the Nath also have the flexibility of being able to equip bows, though, which gives them that great flexibility of just becoming an archer unit that can ride around and cause all kinds of trouble. It's only a one-way switch, though, so if you put your bows on, you lose the ability to harass the enemy. So I'm not seeing any harassment from him, so I decided to go out and do a bit of harassing myself. Straight into pikes, so he was clearly expecting some riders. I have popped the Elven Horn and gotten on the Rivendell Orchard, but not quick enough. And I don't just want to stand there and die, so we'll do a little scouting loop of the base. Meanwhile, a barracks is up for Lothlorien here. We've got some Tawawaith coming out, our swordsmen, our axemen for the elves. All of the Lothlorien Tier 1 units quite strong. Lothlorien notably has a rather small roster, not a ton of differentiation between their units, but each of their units are very tough, very good. Lothlorien's tons of fun to play. One of my favorites. All right, I've gone straight into spears, so we got a spear and swords group coming out, another riders, and then this first group of riders is just doing loops around the base, mostly scouting, so I know where to attack things in the future, also keeping the enemy a bit busy. Outriders get tired of chasing elves around and have gone into the Lorien base. They're gonna find a builder, a Laura Lindy. She's gonna hide within the extra rider group. And we're pushing it down south. We mugged Gondor, who was trying to clear up this warg den. Boom, and we stole their money from them. And we've got a nice engagement here. I like this. The Lothlorien troops auto-trade very favorably into equal numbers of the Rivendell troops. So that's what we're gonna do. See if the hobbits can handle some Tawawaith. And we've got our spears chasing down the Outriders, so they're in trouble. Our Nath Nalethril got on the hobbits. Everything's great. Now squad of hobbits comes out, but we still got a decent squad of our riders of the Nath here. Make those hobbits pay the toll. Now come out the Breland Towns Guard. Too little, too late. They're coming in, and just sort of a nice pitched battle down south. We do pick up one farm from Rivendell. Up north, there's some Breland Townsguard got into the base and cleaned up at least one of the trees, causing us the Nathan-Elethril to switch to bows so they could help. And we're still battling right in the middle of the Rivendell base here. However, he's got some Rangers of the North out on the field now, and he's building a Well of Celebrian to get some healing done. Nathan-Elethril, though, eyeing these Rangers. Very important to deal with Rangers on the Rivendell side. Rangers are so strong, but quite expensive. Oh, we get a very solid trample on them. Good job, Davok. That was great. Oh, another trample. Oh, God. These Riders of the Nath are worth their weight in gold, as they've killed dozens of Dunedain and hobbits before being pulled down. We're getting a little too close to the fort, so I think the fort archers are trying to help, but the Rivendell army is looking a little lean, I think. 175 of 500. Meanwhile, I am 250 of 475. Nope, I guess it's pretty equal. Looks like the level 4 Breland Townsguard came in to cause trouble and managed to kill a group of archers, but Rumiel's on the field and he's hunting them down. We're coming to take the inn right next to the Rivendell base. Rivendell looks like they've stabilized here. They're at 650 command points because they've actually been expanding up northernly a little bit. We've got another force of elves here, and the outriders are not coming in, so we're trading very effectively of elvish swordsmen. We get a nice trample on the rangers again. Ooh, you can't let your rangers be trampled. It's so bad, so bad. Looks like Rivendell's trading pretty well into the elves, at least. So these Riders of the Ninth switch to bows, fall back. I'm at 8 command points. He's at 12 command points, so slightly ahead of the command points. Yet again is Forg here. Working on rebuilding. 700 command points versus 575. So command point lead for Rivendell and ring point lead as well. The Avari stand with you today. Lots more Riders of the Nath coming out. Lots more elves coming out to firm up the lines. And in fact, he was grabbing the inn with his riders. Good job getting his outriders away, because they easily could have gotten caught there if he wasn't paying attention. We lose a tree down south, but we get a pretty decent group of elves on top of some spears and hobbits. They're going to have a bad time here, trading with elvish infantry. In the middle, we've got, these are actually all archers, a group of elvish archers with Rumiel with archers on horseback. Outriders get a nice trample on those archers, but they can't trample these archers, and Rumiel's getting some great value picking off outriders here. Down south, we won the battle with the elves. We're sort of moving forward, chasing down the remnants, and we call in elvish allies here. I'm not sure that was the best use of it, but I wanted a little extra. I was worried about Rumiel getting picked off, I think, actually. So I called in the elvish allies in order to drive him back. And we've got just a big scrum right in the middle now. We do catch an elvish archer, looks out. He calls many meetings. He gets out some spears as well. He gets his spears on my cav. And there's just crazy battles going on. We do clean up the well with some elvish troops here. Back at the base, we lose another tree to this damn level 5 Breland Townsguard that have been an absolute thorn in my side. He, however, is going to get in trouble with it for now. Rumiel's just plinking away, doing great, level 3 here. Great value piece, Rumiel. I love that guy. Looks like Rivendell is able to clean it up. He is up to 900 command points. That's crazy. There's just orchards everywhere. Meanwhile, only 675 for Lothlorien. Definitely a weakness of mine is getting enough tree expansion. The Lothlorien expansion is always a little tricky because you need to build the tree and then you need to upgrade it. It's a lot of work. I remember feeling like I was further ahead at this point in the game, but apparently not so much. I'm sitting on 13 command points. He's sitting on 6. Oh, okay. So I do have a big ring point lead now. 14 command points versus 6. So, okay, big ring point lead. We're pushing in up top. We got some spears and swords up here, and we're finding some lonely orchards. He's just straight up deleting them when he knows they're going to go down. That's solid play. We do still have the inn outside of his base, and we're using it to make the Warriors of Kinlai, which are a really great spearman unit as well. Gondor and Lothlorien on the field now. Down here we do have Rumiel up to level 4. A lot of archers in this force. They're going to need to be careful because there are still some outriders around. We catch another orchard up top. And we're pushing in. Now the archer force is doing quite well actually. They're trading really effectively into the enemy infantry. The eagles are here because Aragorn just came on the field. And if there's one thing eagles hate, it's Aragorn. Boom, boom, boom. Finally, I was able to identify a hero on the map and effectively counter him. Aragorn fighting, about to be eaten by eagles. It's a very solid value play. 2,500 gold there. And just the rest of the Lothlorien force manages to win that pitched battle against Rivendell, and suddenly they're in big trouble. We do have Orifin on the field now to help out his brother Rumiel. Oh, and we managed to pick up Gondor as well with the Eagles. What a value play. These Eagles are champions. Only 12 command points on the field right now for Rivendell and 450 for Lorien, and they are in Rivendell's base. Suddenly it is big trouble for Rivendell. He is at 10 points. He's not even up to his 15 yet. He's got nothing that can help him. Wisdom of the Elder, many meetings is on cooldown, so he could get some map vision, but that's not going to help. We got Idriel coming out as well for Lothlorien. Some rangers come out, but unfortunately this Dunedain gathering is right in the front lines, so the rangers get ridden down almost immediately, caught by Orifin and a handful of the riders of the Nath. We've got the inn, the Warriors of the Kinlai, still getting pumped out of the inn because they're just close and effective. We do have some Makari, elite elvish swords on the field, but there's no spears. So we could slowly punish them with some cavalry charges here. And it's looking real bad for Rivendell. He doesn't have the production really to get stuff back on the field. And there are 460 command points of Lothlorien troops just in his base, wrecking his shiz. Out comes some more rangers to the north, but straight into the grinder. Boom, they get ridden down, and it looks real bad. Some more Makari coming out. They get ridden down. Ooh. Is it the revenge game? I think we might have him here. Idriel says she's wounded, but there's a GG called. Rivendell taps, and we've got a 1-1 series. Headed to game number 3. Let's see what we can do here. All right, let me black out real quick. Find our replay. Game number 3, Rivendell. Yes, please. All right. The final match of our series. Who will win it? Davok versus Forg. Where is it? There it is. Forg on Misty Mountains in blue on the bottom left versus Rivendell in the northeast. And I think this map is Gloomglens, if I'm remembering properly. I still have trouble like seeing a map and then like knowing the name of it right away, but this is a good map. It's you kind of have these outside lanes, but there's wargs right on them, making it a little difficult to get through. There are inns top and bottom, and then each corner has a warg lair as well. And then there's just lots of animals wandering around. It's like sort of a pretty sort of alpine, mountainy pass kind of thing. It's a nice map. Lots of caribou. Boom, boom, boom. Looks like a 4 orchard opening for me. Meanwhile, straight into the Moria Orc Cave. It was like 2 mines and then Moria Orcs for Misty Mountains. 3rd mine going up now. So we're going to see some fast aggression from these orcs, maybe? They're kind of goblins, right? We think of the Moria Orc Cave as goblin play, but the Moria Orcs are goblins. They are, trust me. I'm going to call them goblins. I mean, there's nothing you could do about it. What have we got up here? Pretty standard. We opened with Breeland Encampment after 4 farms on Rivendell, straight into the Dunedain Gathering in the back. And he went so fast into the Moria Orcs, but nobody's attacking anything. He's just loaded some Screechers in. Another Moria Orc Cave going up. I don't think there's no forward mine pressure. There are more screechers coming out. So he's saving up screechers for a critical mass, it looks like. More orc tunnels coming out, but we've got the first of the bounders on the field, the dreaded bounders. The best warriors the hobbits have to offer with their ferocious billy clubs. They're going to head down south trying not to get eaten by wargs, but it might happen anyways. There's bears and goats here as well. More hobbits coming out. We've got some outriders being trained, and there is a crap ton of orcs loaded in. Oh, we do have a forward one. Okay, there's a forward mine over here in the east, and out come about 5 or 6 squads of Moria orcs right on top of each other. They find a lone builder, and he says, "Oh shit, run for your life." Is the builder faster than them? No, he's not. He's dead as hell. Damn it. Out comes some bounders, and we do have some outriders in the field. We need to be real careful not to get bogged down. We do have some bounders over here and some bounders up top, so we are getting some pressure on the orc base. He drops his slowing ice, but we managed to get away from it. And now I'm aware. I've been tempered against some of the best Misty Mountains players. Namely, Pool gave me a lot of advice in this matchup as well, so we're going to put that to good use. Make sure we don't get caught up in this mass of goblins and get bogged down. You just kind of shave the edges of it off with your outriders. You go straight into the middle of it, and they slow you down, they stab you with poison, and it's terrible. Bounders clear up one mine here, get on another, getting chased over here. Looking pretty good. 500 command points for Misty Mountains, 400 for Rivendell. Once again, I am slow to expand. Got to work on that macro. Looks like we, yes, we do manage to get another mine kill here. And the outriders show up to start shaving off some of the Moria sausage here. The Moria ham. We like it nicely shaved. Thinly shaved is how I prefer my Moria ham. Outriders coming in, get a decent one, but they get a little slowed down there, and you can see that's exactly what happens, but we managed to get away before too much happens. You get decelerated if you get stuck in too many goblins. Second squad of outriders comes out, gets right into the thick of things and gets kind of dumpstered there. That was not intentional, but the other outriders are here to help, and we got hobbits all over their base. This is what I told you. The bounders, we got hobbits on this mine, hobbits on this mine, hobbits on this mine. Getting great hobbit value. Meanwhile, the outriders are sweeping away the orcs any chance we get. What are we making a base? Hobbits and outriders. It's just what the doctor ordered. We do get some Breland Townsguard back here to do a little bit of creeping, get some value, but we've managed to pick off a lot of mines. Down to 350 command points for Moria. My own expansion's been slow, though. Only 400 command points for Rivendell at the moment. Starting to build up now. We did lose one of our builders there, which slowed us down for sure. Outriders looping around the base. We've got like 3 squads of outriders here. And there's some orc pikes on the field. And they do catch some of those outriders, and they shave off about half of that battalion. We're sending the hobbits to deal with them and getting the outriders out of dodge. We've got more hobbits just in the base, just to die, I assume. A little overextended there for sure. 450, 475, and I did see this giant squad of goblins getting around the back of the base, the Moria orcs. So we do have the outriders tasked on them. Meanwhile, the hobbits in the base, trading very nicely actually. Hobbits, such a unit. Such a unit. These Dunedain outriders getting pretty good value. Yep. He does drop the slow, but he's a little slow on the slow, and we managed to get all the outriders out of it, and there's just not enough goblins left to capitalize. The ideal way is to drop the slow just as I'm coming in. That slows my acceleration. That caused me to get caught in the clump, and then the goblins can tear him up, but just slightly off on those. And meanwhile, the hobbits are ravaging the Moria homeland. A nice force of orcs comes out. Oh, the breath of Manwë. A destructive tornado on the battlefield. That was huge value. Just dumpstered those orcs and those goblins and frees up about 3 squads of bounders, and I think that's a Gildor and Glorian in the field as well to really cause some havoc up here. Gotta watch out. There's a lot of guys here, so I don't want Gondor to get surrounded here. Out in come the Outriders to shave some of the goblin ham off here. And our heroic Breland Townsguard have cleared another orc, another warg base down there. Getting great value, getting work done. And Moria, we've got stuffed up. 475 command points, but we're about to get on another mine here. What has he got? He's got a secret mine over here to the east and a secret mine up to the north. But if it weren't for those, he'd be damn near mineless. We're about to clean up this one. We've got still a lot of orc screechers here. So I don't know why my Outriders rode away. They're just chilling out there. So I think at this point in time, I'm planning for the death push. And what do we need for a death push? We need upgraded Breland encampments and the battering rams, the dreaded rams. Being able to make battering rams on so cheap out of your very first production building after just upgrading it to level 2 is like the best thing about Rivendell. It's so good. So I know I've got him on his back feet here. 60 out of 425 command points for Misty Mountains right now. 600 out of 650 for Rivendell. So I could have definitely been doing a lot better job of grabbing map control while I've got him all stuffed up. But I've got blood in my eyes, blood in my mouth, in the water, wherever the blood is, and we're going to take it. 4 battering rams on the field. We're going to head some tramples straight into the Misty Mountain forces, and the battering rams going straight into the fortress. Since he doesn't really have his productions all in the back of the base. Oh, look at that ram damage! And he's in big trouble here. He's in big trouble. We've got a whole squad of rangers of the north in the back, along with some dwarvish mercenaries. And the Misty Mountain fortress goes down, and that's gotta be GG. The Breland ram push for the win. You love to see it. We're calling it 2-1, Davok versus Forg. It was a tough battle in that first game, but we managed to bring it back once we switched to our beloved elves. Solid games, solid opponent. That was a lot of fun. Had a great time with it. Probably my last match of the season, I'm thinking. Our season's going to wrap up in the next 2 weeks here. I've played just about everybody who's been playing. I could double check real quick. If I look at the standings of our bracket, and let's see if we could show this to you real quick. We'll show you the standings because, well, I got you here. You stayed this whole time. We might as well talk about the standings as well. Let's display a window. Sorry to do this ad hoc. Hadn't really planned to show you this, but might be fun. Age of the Ring, Season 1 Dunedain group. So this was my group. There's 3 beginner groups, 3 intermediate groups, and 1 advanced group. And I am in one of the intermediate groups. And it looks like number 1 in our group is Vraccasil with a 21-6 win-loss record. Very solid. He's a great opponent. I'm bringing up number 2, 17-7. I'm pleased with that. I can live with 17-7. I feel very good with that. Forg, who we just battled, actually in 3rd place, 10-11, followed by Cortex, Black Joker, Daddy Munch, YXW Rhett, Turin himself, Octavian, and then Chorty Dubslayer and Mondello have not really managed to get many games, and I guess Mondello's played a couple matches. But Chorty and Dubslayer, MIA. Chorty, where you at, brother? Come play some league games. You got a couple days left. Let's get them in. Having a great time with it, though. It's been a lot of fun. Looking forward to the next season. This is Age of the Ring, the mod for Battle for Middle-earth. It is so good, so fun, so tasty. I love it. Thanks for watching, folks. That was a fun one, and I'll see you next time.